are up to the next episode of Thunderbolt, the solar electric boat. It's passed its sea trials, this $650 boat. I've started repainting and just undercoated the gunnels to make it look a little bit better. But next is to start building the frame and everything for the solar panels. The idea is sort of to have like a roof rack sort of structure going up here. So I'm going to weld up some a frame and then have solar panels like across the top. I've gone and got the solar panels already and just put them on, put them together. So that is going to go on there. Now these panels, I only just learnt about them actually. They're bifacial. So that means the photoelectric cells are on both sides of the panel. Why would you do that? Well, so obviously sun coming from the top is going to hit the cell and take in energy or turn it into electricity. But any reflected light that comes off the water, for example, is going to bounce back up to the underside of the panel. So like there's cells underneath as well. This like dramatically increases the use of, or the efficiency, and they're starting to do this in the industry, I'm told, when I research on YouTube. But it means this panel, which is 1.7 meters by 1.1 meters, is getting it's rated at 450 watts, but the efficiency is supposed to be much higher than a panel that's only got one-sided. So, you know, I could be getting some really nice power out of these panels. I guess I just have to go through the exercise now and build it, put them on and see what happens. Now, fantastic drawing, I'll show you. This is the sketch of sort of what I'm going to try and build. So they're the like little roof racky things that I'm going to try and bolt, basically, I think, maybe one sort of here and then get on the top here that's fairly solid, put another one maybe in the middle here and another one down there. So we can get this whole solar bimini happening. Just probably needed to stop raining. We are progressing, as you see over my shoulder. I've made up the, I guess, what would you call it? It's like the roof racky frame bit for the bimini. I've got it, and it was a bit of, like when you build stuff on the ground, there's a datum, there's a start point. This is like, the gunnels get thicker as you go to the front. The boat sits in the water differently as it goes to the front. It's on a trailer, which I don't know where it's going to sit. So I've just put on, it's 10 centimeters lower, the front strut, or whatever it's called, to the back one. So when I'm like on a trailer driving, there's a bit of like downforce, like a sprint car. I don't know if it's going to work. It could fall off before I even get to the boat ramp. I've got no idea how I'm going to get the solar panel up. I built this winch system up there, like with a little 12-volt winch. But like to get that solar panel that weighs, I don't know, 70 kilos for the solar array, excuse my washing, up there, I don't know, I'll work it out. Anyway. So it's all well and good saying I'm going to build a solar electric boat until I have to work out how to get the solar panels up there. They're 22 kilos each. I've got a system. It's getting a bit exciting. This is actually turning into reality. Still got one more panel to put up the front here. Not much solar onto the carport though. Look, it's just like a real solar electric boat. Can't wait. Starting to get quite exciting. Solar panels are connected to the DC isolator up there, and the thing is, when I connect it to the actual motor, if the motor doesn't have charge, the battery is fully charged, it's not going to charge and I won't be able to test it on the solar. So I'm going to run it in a bucket. It says it's going to take 20 hours to run it flat. It's been going for probably 2 already. This has been going long enough. Let's turn this off. I don't know how many hours that's been going for. It says it's at 67%. I don't know if you can see that. There's some well-churned water there. So, everything's sort of done. That's the isolation box. If we go up into the boat, climbing in there, excuse for the bad camera work. We've got the solar feed coming out down here into a MIDI fuse. Where's the lid gone? There. Put that on in a minute. That looks much neater. Alright, into the MIDI fuse. Again, sorry for the bad camera work. I need to do some tidying up the cable ties. Then coming out of the solar controller through the shunt and through a inline fuse here as well, out there, and I've made a cable, so that's going to connect into there. That's going to go into the top of the battery on the top there, and the idea is this is a 40 or 12, 24, 48 volt charger from Victron, but you can, through the software, turn it into a 36 volt, which is what I need for this Parsun battery. So I'm going to connect it to the battery first before turning the solar on, get into the software, do any firmware updates, flick it to hopefully 36 volts, and then it's time to test. All right, today's the day. We're ready for sea trials, and I'm very, very nervous. I'm nervous for whether the frame is too heavy for the boat and it just gets in the water and goes and falls over, like it's too top heavy. But I think I'm even more nervous about the trailer. I don't think this boat was designed for this trailer. It's just what it came with. It was all of $650 for both, so I can't complain. But I think it's undersprung and it's very wobbly. I hope it makes it to the boat ramp. Here we go. I'm nervous about the wind factor, so I'll put these straps on just for transport. Oh, man, what am I doing? So whether you can see my design here, the solar panels, I wanted like tilted down, so when it was traveling, it'd be more sort of downforce, but it's ended up being like quite flat, to be honest, which is not ideal, or better than the other way. I'm glad it did put some tilt on it. Probably need a lower drop hitch for my car. Can't believe it, made it to the boat ramp. It's here, it's going in the water. I'm very, very excited. So it's happening, we're out in the boat. We're moving at 8.6 kilometers an hour, pulling in 730 watts according to my little gauge here. So it's happening, it's reality.
I think I'm more worried about the drive here, mate.
Yeah, I was a little bit anxious with the drive, but it's done it all. We're not home yet, but I'm happy, very happy. I reckon now that we're off and running, we're about 7Ks into our journey, I'll give you a bit of a tour of the electrical setup. All right, so we've got the bifacial panels, 450 watts each, that add up to 1350 watts of solar, going through the DC isolator down to this little box here, I'll pull out. I don't know how well you can see it, but essentially, yeah, circuit breaker, solar controller, voltage comes out and into there. So to get the connection right, I had to basically butcher my 240 volt charger, just put an Anderson plug on it, and it's motoring along. So if we have a look at the actual, can you see that? It's at the moment the battery's on 52%, and if we take the solar out, it's consuming 360 watts, and then we've got all of that running. The boat's a bit heavier now. When I lean, like there's a fair lean going on. But then we've got this little gauge down here, left over from a job somewhere, ITEC wheel gauge, and that's reporting at the front what's going on. So all in all, must admit the boat handles very differently with the extra weight being so top heavy, but it's doing it. You wouldn't want to come out on a rough day, but on a nice flat day like today, it's a cracker. Where's the sun? So the sun's still low. Like we've still got more. Like when the sun gets directly above us, I reckon it's going to crank. So good.
So for people that know, we've gone from, like South Australians, we've gone from St Kilda around to Largs Pier, which is just over here. There's a boat race on today, so it's kind of entertaining out here as well. We might even beach this thing, let it charge up, go have a beer at the Largs, and see if we've got enough juice to get home. So confident are we in Thunderbolt the boat? We've beached it, I'm going to let it charge up and go and have a beer at Largs and then come back and go home.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh no. That is the bottom. So clear.
Over here. Go around a bit.
Oh, this is the outro, the summary. I'm pretty chuffed with how this all went. We left at 8 AM this morning and we're coming back at 3 in the afternoon. I've harvested, going by the Victron app, 3.5 kilowatts of power, and we've just swapped over to our third 40 amp hour battery. I think this is very plausible for a day on the water. You could spend pretty much all day, even like when we stopped for a beer at Largs, it was on 50%. We came back, I don't know, an hour or so, and it was 100% full. So this is very plausible to be a cracker solar electric boat. So now that sea trials have passed, I'm going to go and start refining things, making everything better. There'll be a heap more videos on this boat, and we'll see how we go. But man, what an amazing day. And look at this. We've done this for $0. Even the power that I've used to build the boat, I've used solar to do it. Like, this is pretty much a free day on the water. I'm happy.
Impressed. Very impressed, mate. Surprised. We managed to go on this ride. Nothing broke. We filled up with water, but we got rid of it.
There was a couple of things that happened off camera. When the bung fell out and it filled up with water. Alright, we'll do more videos like this. Please do us a favour. Only less than half of the people that watch my channel subscribe. So if you wouldn't mind going down and subscribing, and you'll see the next video for Project Thunderbolt. Yeah. So cool.